So here we are at Outdoor Retailer, and at Outdoor Retailer we find a lot of really unique products, and a lot of products that haven't been developed before, a lot of things that are new to the market, and a lot of things that you don't really associate at first sight with the sporting industry or the outdoor industry. David has a product called Celliant that you will recognize through a lot of brands we'll tell you about in just a minute. But David, tell me a little history about this product and what it is.
Celliant is a textile that increases tissue oxygen. What we do, we recycle the body's own energy using a textile full of minerals. And these minerals take the body's energy, absorb it, and re-emit it back onto the tissue. This increases tissue oxygen.
And the product itself is used to make other products.
Yes, we use it in sportswear, we use it in socks, undergarments, bedding materials, veterinary products, sportswear, golf shirts, compression garments.
Let's go through a little bit of the science and the technology and methodology of this product. I see
Sure.
behind you you've got kind of a laboratory set up here. Tell me what's going on here.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to show you what is Celliant, how we make it, and how it can benefit you.
Okay, let's go.
All right. What we do with Celliant, we start with 13 optically responsive minerals. We grind these minerals into a powder so fine that every particle is 100 times smaller than a human hair. That's pretty fine. These particles are then mixed with a liquid polymer. A liquid polymer, we create a master batch.
Okay.
This master batch is then sent around the world, and we create staple fibers, which are used to spun yarns, and fillers for pillows.
Okay.
Or bedding materials.
Okay.
And we make filament yarns, which are used in high-tech sportswear products to create a soft hand. And what we do here is, this is kind of a little point-of-purchase display that Reebok uses for their ZigTech line, which is becoming very popular. And what I'm going to show you with this device, this is called a polariscope. A polariscope actually shows how polyester is a polarizing filter itself. It literally takes these wavelengths of light, lines it up. These wavelengths hit the particles. The particles absorb this energy. Once it becomes stable again, so the way it does that is by releasing it back onto the tissue. It's kind of interesting in science. The human body is an energy source.
Definitely.
The body gives off everything from 200 nanometers to 940 nanometers, above and beyond that. But that's the peak. The peak is 940 nanometers. It's clinically proven that when you can put 940 nanometers on your tissue, that there's more nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a vasodilator. By dilating these capillaries, more blood flows into the area, and we get more perfusion of tissue oxygen.
So in essence, we're generating energy that's really being wasted because it's just expelling away from our bodies. And you've created a yarn that turns into a fabric that helps capture that energy and kind of repurpose it?
Yes, it recycles the body's energy to help the body reach homeostasis. A lot of people have poor circulation. A lot of people walk around with pain in their feet. Diabetics have issues where they have low tissue oxygen, and we've proven in 5 clinical studies that we increase tissue oxygen. We have a peer-reviewed, published foot pain study that 2 out of 3 people had significant relief from foot pain. And we have constant studies going on right now. We have studies going on with 100 people for tissue oxygen. We have a study right now that's testing the lactate in the blood. We're going to show that we reduce lactate, which shows better recovery. We have a sleep study going on right now, and we find that people flip over less when they sleep on our textile. And that's called sleep efficiency. We're able to help increase sleep efficiency as well. We're currently doing brainwave research, which is really exciting for us. We're showing that it helps stabilize brainwaves by putting our product around your head, which will be great for kids with learning disorders. People that are playing golf want to focus. People at a computer will actually just be able to work better, easier, and more efficiently. So our product's used in many different categories, and the thing with our company is we spend a lot of time and money on clinical studies to prove our efficacy, because the market's full of companies that make claims. We're actually able to back our claims up.
Well, and obviously because you've got some pretty large brands that are using your product. Let's rattle off a few of those names.
We're used in the Cool Max Energy line by Adidas in golf shirts. We're used by Reebok in their new line called ZigTech. We're used in Saucony Amp Pro garments. We're used in bedding materials that are the T3 recovery beds, Ironman. 2 years ago, the 2 winners of the Kona Ironman triathlon, which is the toughest race in the world, both of those winners were sleeping on Celliant beds.
Wow.
That's pretty amazing that we can get winners like that.
So you've got some verification. These big brands aren't going to use a product and endorse and stand behind a material if it doesn't work.
That's right, exactly. You have to be able to substantiate your claims, and we at Celliant do that over and over and over again. We literally do hundreds of tests in our own labs every year to show that our fabrics work. We'll do the study in our lab before we have a clinical study done, just so that we know that our technology is doing what it says it does.
And one simple way to demonstrate this is you have a device behind you, and I found this fascinating because if I wave my hand over the top of this, tell me what it's doing.
This is called a bolometer. It's one of the most sensitive sensors on the planet today. They actually use this in astronomy to find stars in distant galaxies.
Sure.
And what it does is it measures the amount of energy coming from my hand.
Right.
And the correlation is, if I can move that dial with my hand's energy, that's the same energy that makes our Celliant technology work.
So an example, I'm putting my hand on it, and the energy level is quite low. Now I just happen to be holding a pair of socks that I've held for a few minutes now.
Right.
But now you're wearing.
Right. Put that hand over it and let's see if it moves a little bit more. You can just put your hand over it now. See,
it moves
there's
a lot more.
That's right. See, by holding our product, it helps increase the body's circulation.
Just holding it.
Just
holding it for a few minutes.
That's
now,
right.
If I'm wearing this for a few more minutes, a few hours all day, then you can only imagine the effects of that.
Exactly. It gives you a constant recycling of the body's energy. And this recycling of energy is what gives us our tissue oxygen. And more tissue oxygen means a healthier person. It means a person that's going to recover quicker from fatigue.
Right.
You're going to reach fatigue later. It's not going to have the onset of lactic acid as quick. All right, so it's going to make your body just function more efficiently.
Got it.
And it's great for people that have sore feet, people that have elbow pains, wrist pains, things of that nature.
Right.
It's very exciting technology.
So not only a very exciting technology, but a very useful, a very functional, a very beneficial technology.
Yes.
That helps in a natural way.
That's right. It's completely natural. Again, using the body's own energy to reach a homeostasis in the body. And we all want to have homeostasis.
And our bodies are geared and engineered to do some amazing things on their own.
Yes.
Sometimes we might be doing a lot of things that prevent that by maybe wearing the wrong materials or materials that aren't well suited for our technology.
Exactly.
And this is an example of something that you can do very simply to be able to benefit yourself and your health and your body's function and how its energy is processed more effectively.
Yes, you know, it's we call it a responsive textile, and in the future, all textiles will be responsive, and Celliant is the forerunner in this technology.
I'll say it is.
Hey,
What a
thanks,
great product. Great education of a product that can help your lifestyle, help your health, help your well-being. Thank you again.
My pleasure. Thanks a lot.